My name is Koki Hattori. I'm 29 years old. I used to work at a factory, but one day I was involved in an accident at work and lost the use of my left hand. After that, a company president I knew invited me to work for him, so I changed jobs. Now I'm doing office work using a computer.
Good morning, Hattori-san. This is from our section chief.
Thank you for the delivery.
By the way, Hattori-san is amazing. How can you type so quickly with only your right hand?
I guess it's the result of my practice. I was always a bad typer, and I had a habit of typing without using my left hand much. Maybe that habit is paying off now.
Oh, I know what you mean. When I was new to typing, I used to operate with one hand.
Otakawa-san, you're so considerate and kind to me. Otakawa-san is in the planning department and is a hard worker. She's not afraid to speak her mind to her superiors, and there are many people who look up to her. I'm one of them.
You're already useless and you're wasting time chatting with a girl on top of that. I really don't need you.
Kanahoshi-san. Her name is Kanahoshi-san. Ever since I started working here, she's been making fun of me for being unable to use my left hand. When I first started working here, I wasn't used to using only my right hand, and I did cause some trouble. Compared to those days, I could do more now, but she still hasn't changed her attitude towards me.
Hattori-san, please take this to the sales department. Kanehoshi-san, Hattori-san can't use one of his hands, so it's hard for him to carry things, isn't it? So what? As long as he's working, he has to do the same work as everyone else. Or would you like to carry this for him?
Okay, I'll carry it. It's frustrating to be judged as incapable of doing my job just because I can't use my hand. I don't want to lose.
What? Hattori-san, are you okay? I'll help you.
What? Oh, no, I'm fine.
Really? Cardboard is rather slippery. Isn't it hard to hold?
Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine.
I see. Where are you taking it?
To the sales department.
What a coincidence. I was just about to go see the sales department myself. Can I go with you?
Is she being considerate? And I'm a little happy. Then shall we go together? Otakawa-san always looks out for me, and I've been saved by her kindness. We work in different departments, so we only see each other occasionally. But when I see Otakawa-san, I can forget about the frustration I feel towards Kanahoshi-san. Kanahoshi-san is really rude today. I hear she's trying to get along with the high-earning elite employees, but it's not going well. So maybe that's why she's so irritable. I don't want her to take her stress out on me, though.
Oh, Hattori-san, can I join you?
Sure, please! Today I've had a high encounter rate with Otakawa-san. I'm glad. Thank you for coming into the sales department with me earlier. You were gonna help me out if I got into trouble, right?
No, I just had something to do at the sales department.
Oh, she's so kind.
Hattori-san, your bento always looks so delicious. It's great that you have a good cook for a girlfriend.
What? No. This is a bento I made. I don't have a girlfriend.
What? Hattori-san, you can cook?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was impossible to cook with one hand. I can even cook with two hands. No, but how do you cut it?
There's a one-handed cutting board. It's got nails on it, and you fix the ingredients in place by sticking them in the nails. Then you just cut them with a knife.
One-handed cutting board? I didn't know there were gadgets for cooking with one hand.
If you practice, you can do a lot of things.
What about peeing?
You could fix the peeler to the cutting board and peel it. Or you could just use a knife. The peeled skin is quite thick, so the ingredients can become quite small.
You're very dexterous. How do you break an egg?
You can do it with one hand. You know, pastry chefs often crack eggs with one hand, right?
pastry chef, so your right hand is also skilled as a professional? Oh, isn't it hard to wash the dishes?
If you put a non-slip sheet in the sink and put the dishes on top of that, the dishes will be fixed in place and it'll be easier to wash them.
Aha! I see! I'm sorry, I was ignorant. I thought you were good at typing with one hand, but I had no idea you could cook too. No, it really is amazing.
I've talked to people who can only use one hand, and they've all come up with ingenious ways of doing things. Women do their makeup with one hand too. They practice tying their hair with one hand. I was taught how to do it, but I couldn't do it straight away. Fortunately, my dominant hand is fine, so I think I was able to get back to doing the housework quite quickly. I think those who can't use their dominant hand must be having a much harder time. But even if you can use one hand, it doesn't mean you can do everything. I realized a lot of things after trying it myself, but life with one hand is more inconvenient than I had imagined.
That's amazing. That's amazing, Hattori-san. Could you tell me more about it? I want to know more about you, Hattori-san.
What? About me?
Yes.
Although Otakawa-san is very capable of work, apparently she's not very good at doing housework. However, when she found out that I could cook to a reasonable standard despite only having one hand, she seemed very impressed. After that, Otakawa-san started inviting me out to eat more often. And we talked about various things. She even came to my house once to see me cooking.
Your room is so clean.
I try not to have too many things, so it's easy to clean.
You work hard and do your housework properly. I really admire you. I'd given up on housework because I thought I was no good at it, but you didn't even give up and kept trying.
Otakawa-san.
Hattori-san is the most wonderful man I've ever met. Can I cook with you too?
Then, shall we try it together?
Yes, please teach me.
I was surprised to find that my life had become so inconvenient after suddenly being unable to use my left hand. There were many things I couldn't do, and there were times when I was so frustrated. I was so happy that Otakawa-san understood that I'd been trying hard without giving up. And it didn't take long before I couldn't control my feelings for Otakawa-san any longer. Otakawa-san, will you go out with me?
Yes, I look forward to it.
After 6 months of dating, we became engaged. Fortunately, Otakawa-san's parents accepted me without prejudice, and the preparations for our marriage were progressing smoothly. However, even at a time like this, Kanahoshi-san was still making sarcastic comments.
Otakawa-san is a bit of a strange one, isn't she? I wonder why someone as capable as Otakawa-san will go out of their way to marry someone with a disability. Otakawa-san could marry a much better man. Did you force her into an engagement by holding some kind of weakness over her?
Please don't say such rude things.
Then, why do you think she chose you? What is it about you that makes you superior to other good-looking guys?
It's true that Otakawa-san could marry a better man. She says she likes me. I want to believe her. Oh, isn't that Hattori-san? Oh, Tanaka-san? I didn't expect to see you here. Me too. How's your hand? Is it still unable to move? Well, I'm gradually working hard on my rehabilitation. One day, I happened to meet a former colleague at work. It seems he happened to be at our company on business. There must have been a lot of inconveniences, right? Are you okay? There are people in the world who invent useful things, so I'm able to get by somehow using assistive devices. But aren't those things expensive? Sometimes I get help from things you can buy at 100-yen stores. See? Oh, right. I remember you said you got an insurance payout after the accident. Our company is good with things like that. Yes, thanks to that, I was able to get help.
Insurance payout. He said that a big accident happened at the company he used to work for and lost the use of his left hand, right? Did he get insurance money because of that? Hattori-san has money.
It was nice to see Tanaka-san again after such a long time. He was surprised when I told him I was engaged, though. Oh no!
What are you doing?
I'm gonna get in trouble from Kanahoshi-san for getting the important documents dirty. I'm sorry, I'll clean it up right away.
It must be hard for you since you can't use your left hand, right? I'll do it for you.
What? This person is Kanahoshi-san, right? I suddenly felt like I was talking to a different person with the same face. Kanahoshi-san was suddenly being kind to me. And she was trying to help me with everything, even things I could do by myself. This was honestly a nuisance. Kanahoshi-san, there's no need to try to help with things I can do by myself.
But isn't it better for Hattori-san if someone who can use both hands help as much as possible? Don't be so reserved.
No. Then I won't be able to do anything. If I'm in trouble, I'll ask for help myself, so please, let me do as much as possible by myself.
What? You're saying I'm being obnoxious even though I'm trying to help you?
It's hard to say it's a nuisance, but it's hard to be excessively supportive when you can do things yourself. It's also hard to be ignored, and it's also hard to be excessively interfered with. It's really difficult.
I just want to help you, Hattori-san. Does it have to be Otakawa-san who helps you?
Why Otakawa-san?
I'm saying this for Hattori-san's sake, but you should leave Otakawa-san. That person is after the insurance money Hattori-san received.
What?
You didn't know? Oh, poor Hattori-san. You're being cheated on by that woman. Huh? I noticed she's been kind to Hattori-san recently, but that's what it was? Oh, Otakawa-san? I'm after Hattori-san for the insurance money from the accident. Don't be ridiculous. Even if Hattori-san is penniless, I won't be troubled because I make money.
Huh? Right. Otakawa-san has a high annual income after all. Who's the one talking? She's the kind of person who always goes after men who seem to earn a lot of money. Seriously. I noticed her suddenly being kind to Hattori-san when she's just after the insurance money. Oh. Is that what it is? Is that why you've suddenly become kind to me?
No!
I'm sorry, but even if you were kind to me, it wouldn't change my feeling. I love Ayano Otakawa-san.
It's a little embarrassing because it's at work, but I'm happy.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're at work. After that, perhaps to avoid being thought of as someone who had become kind for money, Kanahoshi-san continued to be kind to me in her own way. However, the balance was just right. And she was neither too strict nor too lenient, so I found my work much easier to do. After that, as planned, Otakawa-san and I got married. And we're currently living together as a married couple. She is also gradually becoming more skilled at cooking, and now she's almost as good as me. At the time of the accident, I never imagined that I'd be able to be so happy. I think that I've been blessed with this good fortune as a result of steadily grasping hold of each thing that I can do, one by one.
If one day you suddenly find that you can't use one of your hands, you might feel like nothing will ever go right again. But the result of his efforts and his willingness to try new things is where he is today. You never know if you can do something until you try, so let's stop complaining about things we haven't tried yet. How did you guys enjoy today's story? Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more. See you guys next time.
Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Make sure to subscribe and click the bell for notifications.